Hello warriors. In this video, you guys are going to be learning all about how I'm using Carnivore to optimize my mitochondria, specific strategies for optimizing digestion to do so, how this is healing my mitochondria, how I believe this might help me live forever, and a whole bunch of other juicy details. Stay till the end. Hello warriors. So right now I'm going to tell you how I am systematically using the carnivore diet to heal my insomnia and sleep issues, as well as some other gut issues and like skin cracking, heel issues and stuff. But I believe those to be primarily related to insomnia as well, and I believe these all to be related to some degree of mitochondrial dysfunction. It's probably due to a feedback loop between the HPA axis, the mitochondria, the gut bacteria, and the circadian rhythm, as well as a few other things, but I'm driving, that's not the primary point. The primary point is how I'm doing it. So I've done it once before. For those of you who don't know, my name is Devin Young. I have a YouTube channel devoted to primarily health, fitness, and high performance, but also other things. My most popular video, though, is the video I didn't sleep for 19 years, which is about how I cured my insomnia the first time. So I actually had to come back again because of basically just overworking myself and not eating the way I should. But that is its own thing, because eating the way you should is an ongoing theory, because ultimately we all die, and my goal is not to die for at least 100 years or so. I think that we can ultimately live a lot longer. I agree with Brian Johnson, at least in the front, that we could live a lot longer than we are currently living. So I think dietary manipulation is a huge component of that, especially if you look into the work of Ray Peat. And I think there's a lot we can do to continue to support cellular metabolism at a mitochondrial level in a efficient way. And I think dietary manipulation has a lot to do with that. I think cyclic keto has a lot to do with that. And that kind of brings me to how I cured insomnia the first time, and how I'm doing it this time, and also how I have seen clients of mine do this. Because since I made that video, I have had a lot of coaching clients that I have helped with insomnia since then, and I've seen what works and what doesn't on a larger and larger scale. So what I am doing right now is just pure elimination diet, little bit of intermittent fasting, beef, salt, water, large quantities of spring water, intermittent supplements according to how my body is responding, and that's just something I can't really teach. That is a very intimate understanding that I've built up over years and years of taking and making my own supplements. But right now, I am fasting. So why am I fasting? Well, I'm fasting in order to support the proper digestion of food. What food am I going to be digesting? I'm digesting beef, salt, and water, baby. So how does this all work? How am I curing insomnia in myself with the carnivore diet? Well, insomnia, cancer, obesity, like really bad obesity, schizophrenia. I believe a lot of these and other disorders are related to dysfunctions at a mitochondrial level. The Otto Warburg defect, that describes the effect, well, at the cellular level that produces cancer. But I think that I mean to do this research later on, but I think that there are different types of dysfunction in metabolism that can occur at a cellular level, at a neurological level, neurons being brain cells. So still cellular level, but at a brain level, even a heart level. It's interesting, our heart is one of the most mitochondrially dense tissues in our body. Actually, is the most mitochondrially dense tissue in our body. So heart disease is most likely mitochondrial, as well as cancer, as well as insomnia. There's evidence to suggest that schizophrenia is as well. And one solution to this is to change the method of cellular metabolism, to encourage a method of metabolism that uses far less oxygen, and as a result produces less reactive oxygen species. And as a result of producing less reactive oxygen species, we have short-circuited the brain dysfunction, HPA axis dysfunction, gut dysfunction, inflammation response that keeps itself on by continually triggering itself. Inflammation makes you stressed, stress makes you inflamed. This exists at every level of the body. So I am using prolonged carnivore to allow my body to adjust to this single variable diet. I feel my body adjusting. I also feel my body having problems adjusting. Like, I think I have some really bad gut bacterial issues. And they're probably due to microplastics and stuff. I believe we opened some sort of Pandora's box with all of our chemical genius in the last 100 years. And I believe our guts are suffering for that. So anyway, I am starving out all the bad gut bacteria. One thing I notice is that overeating, which I can tend to, basically just eating more than my body can break down at any given point in time, creates some sort of bacterial overgrowth. This is a pain in the butt because this bacterial overgrowth ends up producing negative states of mind. I feel more stressed. There's some HPA axis issue where I use electrolytes much more quickly. I use supplements much more quickly. I need more supplements. I crave caffeine more. And I also just feel out of it. And that mostly manifests in not sleeping while on the carnivore diet, because I think that that's because of bacteria, ultimately. That specific phenomenon right there is bacterial. And I think that my cells, the mitochondria, I think are all working. My mitochondria feel like they're going great. I feel like right now I am starving out bad gut bacteria. So, this is actually interesting. I'm glad I'm making this video. This is forcing me to think in an interesting way. I may do one more month of pure beef, salt, and water to see how that goes, document that, and then I can start introducing probiotics like yogurt and seeing how the probiotics like yogurt affect my sleep, and see if those help my sleep remain stable longer. I believe that if I just push through on the carnivore diet, beef, salt, and water long enough, it will correct itself inevitably, because ultimately I think that my body will be able to figure it out with the monovariable. Well, could? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I do end up getting kind of like gutsy. My gut starts feeling all wonky. My gut starts feeling all wonky when I simply do beef, salt, and water, but I end up like, I don't know, I don't throw in the intermittent fasting, basically. I just end up just kind of continuously eating beef, because I just crave beef when I'm doing this diet. I just crave beef like crazy. So when I'm continuously doing beef, salt, and water, I end up, developing a crazy appetite, which ends up, I just continuously eat beef. And I think that creates some sort of bacterial overgrowth, the conditions for some sort of bacterial overgrowth. Or I'm taking too many supplements and not allowing, there's some sort of absence of digestive potency that is allowing for, this is really what's going on. There's an absence of digestive potency that is allowing for the creation of dysbiosis. So, and there's a variety of means that I use in order to get that digestive potency back. There's supplements, there's betadine, there's drinking lots of water, there's fasting, there's all these different things, but the digestive potency itself and the potential for that in my body is building as I continue this carnivore diet. So even if in a month I were to go off for periods of time and consume large amounts of yogurt, I would still be doing it in order to stay on the carnivore diet to continue the adaptations that I believe will continue to heal my body. At some point, though, I believe these adaptations will max out, and then I will go back onto using carbohydrates, at least temporarily, in order to recreate conditions in my body that will allow me to continually benefit from carnivore. Though really the ultimate strategy is continually increasing healthy metabolism at the mitochondria level. Done. Subscribe for more and turn on notifications if you want to fix your insomnia, optimize your mitochondria, and take over the gosh darn world.